Okay, your assignment today is a review, which is meant to get you ready for your quiz that's going to be tomorrow. And so I'm just going to do a few of these with you just to get you started and to make sure that we're all on the same page. So we're going to just start off and look at number one together. So what I want to point out in number one is these are monomials. So remember, if you have monomials and they can be simplified, you need to do that. So if you'll notice, I can divide these coefficients by 10, top and bottom, okay? So I have this negative, and I'm going to have a 4 over 6. And then this has an r to the first on it. And remember, if the bases are the same, you write your base, and you're going to subtract your exponents. 4 minus 1 is 3. Since that exponent is positive, it's going to stay right there. If you'll notice though, a 4 and a 6 can still be simplified. So I can simplify that still by 2. So my final answer is going to be negative 2r cubed on top over 3. And you could also write it with your negative out in front if you wanted to. And so either of those answers would work just fine. Okay. We're also going to look at number 4 together. So let's look at number 4. So just as a reminder, when you have a trinomial, you need to do factoring. So remember, that means you're looking for multiply first and last. Factors of negative 60 that are going to add to positive 4. Remember, if this is a negative, I need my signs to be different. So I'm looking for factors that are going to subtract to give me that. And that's going to be a 6 and a 10. And I want my 4 to be positive, so I need my 10 to be positive. Okay, this is a shortcut one because of this 1 in the front. So I can do shortcut, and B will go in the front, and then I just plug in my factors, minus 6 and plus 10. Then on the bottom, I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking for factors of negative 90 that are going to add to that positive 1 here in the middle, okay? Again, I need my factors to be different, and they need to subtract to give me a 1. So that's going to be a 10 and a 9, and my 10 is going to have to be positive because my 1 is positive. Again, I can do shortcut here. B's will go in front, and then that's a plus 10 and a minus 9. So if I rewrite this, it would look like B minus 6 on top times B plus 10 over B plus 10 times B minus 9. And then I see, I see that my B plus 10s can cancel, and so my final answer is B minus 6 over B minus 9. And there's my final answer. Okay? I just want to get you started on number 7, so I'm not going to do all of it for you, but I do want to get you started. So number 7 looks like... So I have this trinomial. Wait a second. Let me double check. Oh, never mind. That one's different. So we're good there. Let me see if I can find. Oh, I do want to do number 8. So let's do number 8 together. Okay. So number 8, I have a monomial here. I have a monomial here. Up here I have a binomial. But what I want to remind you of is this is a binomial where my middle term is a 0, right? My middle term is missing. So this is one of those special cases, that difference of squares, where we can do shortcut. And remember, we want our signs to be opposites because we want it to be a 0. We want it to cancel out. And I'm looking for 2 things that are the same that multiply to give me a squared. Well, that's a and a. Two things that are the same that multiply to give me 64 would be 8 and 8. Okay? And then on the bottom here, this has a common factor of 5. So I'm going to take out that 5, and I would be left with a minus 8. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. So I have 5 over 10a squared times a plus 8 times a minus 8 over 5 times a minus 8. And then I'm going to go ahead and start canceling some things. So my a minus 8s can cancel. And also my 5s can cancel. And so on top, I'm left with this a plus 8. And on bottom, I'm left with this 10a squared. And that would be my final answer. Okay. I think I have maybe one more I want to show you. Let's see here. Number 13. Yes, I do want to show you 13. Okay, so let's look at 13 together. So first of all, remember if I have a fraction on the left, I want to make my fraction on the right. And then we're going to rewrite this. So keep the first fraction as is. Change division to multiplication. Flip your second fraction. So keep, change, flip. And we're going to start with this numerator. And I noticed that they have some things in common. They both have a 5 in common. And then they both have at least an x squared. So we're going to take out a 5x squared from the top. And I would have an x left minus 8, okay? And I'm going to get rid of that. And then this has nothing I can take out. This is just a monomial, so there's nothing to do. So if I rewrite this, 5x squared times x minus 8 over x minus 3 times 1 over 5x squared. Notice these monomials can be canceled top and bottom. And then I'm just going to multiply across, and I'm just left with x minus 8 over x minus 3. So you will do the rest of this worksheet, and you can obviously check your answers on Canvas. If you have any questions, please list them on the discussion board, and I will answer those on I'll actually try to answer them before the catch-up day, before you take your quiz tomorrow.